is video of the unknown. What is it? Is it real? And what is it doing there?
Now they're speaking out, saying there are UFOs in U.S. airspace and they need to be taken seriously.
A family in Highland, Michigan believes their house is actually haunted and thinks something is harming their little girl. They're unidentified in U.S. airspace.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
I'm Todd Bates. I've been investigating the paranormal for years, yet still have no definite answers. Join me on this mysterious journey as we discuss all things paranormal, right down to the little gnomes. Why do millions experience these mysterious phenomenon, yet we have no proof? Welcome to Haunted Voices Radio, where I try and gather the pieces that may one day form yet another puzzle. And a good evening, one and all. Welcome, Haunted Voices Live, right here, WLTK-DB.com. You can watch from there. You can do all kinds of cool stuff there from the website. It's been recently updated. We've got an amazing show planned for you tonight on this, holy cow, April the 21st. April the 21st. Hi, Meg. How are you doing, Nicole?
I'm doing good. What about you, Todd?
Pretty good. How's the weather out west? Decent?
Today it hit 80. But then it's going to go right back down. This city never knows what it wants, ever.
Yeah, we've got
our weather. Never.
We've got weird government-controlled weather going on here. I think they're there flipping the switch on
right?
and off over at Harp.
I wonder that. I really do.
Go from 80s to 40s to 30s to.
I know.
Makes no sense. But before we get our guest on here, we've got the amazing Lisa and Nicole of ghostly-voices.com. They're going to be coming on here in just a moment. We're going to be playing some awesome clips for you folks. Going to scare the tar out of you and make you laugh a little bit too. Good stuff. But before that, recently something happened on the Queen Mary. It reopened.
It did. It reopened. Yeah. This month for tours, 11 to, I believe, 6 p.m. And then next month, they're opening the hotel. So, I'll be next month, right? So, yep. So they're opening up at stages. I actually got to see some of the updates that are being done there. Hi, Michelle. Nice to see you. So it's coming along. She's getting beautified. It was good to be back. I went this last weekend. It was really, really good to be back. It's been 3.5 years.
Was it all refreshed and just probably just gleaming and screaming, ready to roll?
Yes. I mean, a lot of the areas were not open yet, but we got to go to some of the areas on the tours, which is kind of nice just to be back on board. So I went with my friends, Joe and James, and we had a great time.
Well, something happened aboard there.
Yeah. You want me to share
that? Yeah, because we have a clip we're going to play here in a second.
I'm going to keep it short because we have a fantastic audio.
Plenty of time.
Okay, so we were on the Steam and Steel tour. So we were in an area called the Queen Mary Story. It's right above where you go down to the aft engine room. And so I just happened to sense one of the most famous beloved energies on board. I'm going to leave his last name out just out of respect for the family. He was an 18-year-old crewman, a fireman and bilge cleaner who sadly passed away July 10th of 1966. He was found crushed in watertight door number 13. So I decided just to do like a EP session. And so originally it was a video, but then I made it into an MP3. So I was filming the area where the auxiliary anchor is, and then you take the stairs down the engine room. And I was holding my camera, filming it in that direction. I was looking in that direction. And then you hear me whisper. The reason I was whispering is because there was a tour. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that, right? It's a cardinal rule, right? Don't whisper during sessions. But I did. It's
God, that would have
because
been
there was
embarrassing.
a tour guide. So I was filming in that area. And then I was looking right in that direction. And I whispered, "Hi, John. It's nice to see you." And then, not knowing there was an EVP, apparently when I got home later on and listened to it, there was, of course, a response. So, first Queen Mary EVP of 2023.
Pretty wicked. Pretty
Yeah.
wicked. I mean,
Yeah.
you sent it over. I played that. I thought, whoa, I did a double take on that
Oh, really? Oh,
a couple
funny.
times. Because, well, I'm curious what everybody else thinks on what it says near the end. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda. Nice to see you.
On what it says near the end of this, but we're gonna play this in a loop here for a second. We're trying out something new here, so let us know how you folks hear these files and everything. If you hear them clear, if the audio needs to be turned up, what have you. But here's what Nicole captured. Check it out.
Hi, John.
She's now been a longer part of Southern California history. She has been sailing at sea.
Hi, John.
She's now been a longer part of Southern California history. She has been sailing at sea.
Hi, John.
She's now been a longer part of Southern California history. She has been sailing at sea.
Ooh. It's that proof of intelligence.
Yeah.
That I know I've always searched for, and we're searching for is that intelligence. And that sounds like an intelligent response at the end. It sounds like.
And it really is. And what's interesting, I mean, I know John knows me. I know John, we go back many years, and he's one of the most beloved energies. And it was interesting because I was picking up on him right behind us, back where the stairs are. So I was filming in that direction. And so I whispered, "Hi, John. It's nice to see you." And then when I got home later on that night, I listened to it and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's an EVP." And what's interesting is it sounds exactly like his voice. I've heard him audibly whisper and regular tone. And of course, I've heard him in EVP as well. So I guarantee you it's his voice. It sounds just like him.
And
So,
that's the interesting part is
yeah.
it would prove intelligence that you can
Mhm.
return
Yeah.
and you can be
So,
aware of your surroundings and
right.
think, oh, whoo,
So that
love
was
this
fun.
stuff.
That was fun.
I love this stuff. That was awesome. Good capture, Nicole. Good job, and good way to kick off the year.
Right, I know. Oh, Queen Mary, woo!
Just a couple quick announcements here, folks. We'll take a short break here and get our guests on here for you. If you guys are interested in sponsoring the station, we have a couple slots open. It's $80 a month, 80. You get a video ad, you get a banner ad, you get cool stuff on the website, mentioned in the end credits and all that fun stuff. If you're interested, just contact the station there at WLTK-DB.com or contact us at WLTK-DB.com is the email. Now, Twisted Ascensions, it was kind of sad tonight, Nicole. They're going to be taking a leave of absence, so it was their last show for a little while.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Caden talked today. He's having some health issues and things at the moment. Going to get some things taken care of, and then
I've
they'll be
been there.
back and going. It's just you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself first. That's for damn sure.
Yes, absolutely. Health comes first before
Yeah.
anything else.
So I wanted to throw that out there real quick, and also, I'm real happy that our YouTube channel has hit over 800 people.
I saw
Subscribers
that.
there.
That's
They're
amazing.
They're having some fun over there. That's good to see.
Good.
They're
Good
watching the
traction.
videos, and so have fun over there. It's all free. That's what I like about it. It's good and
stuff.
it's free. But speaking of good, we have got two of probably the best dynamic duo when it comes to
Yes.
audio. And that is Lisa Krick, Nicole Tito. They're going to be coming up here in just a little while. We're going to be talking some Estes method, get into ITC, what it is, the difference between EVP. We're going to take your questions as well. So be sure and throw those in the comments if you're watching from YouTube, Facebook, or beyond. Just throw them in there and we'll get them on screen for you. So you guys stay tuned. More Haunted Voices on the way. Ghostly-voices.com. Check out the website. We'll be right back. Looking for a holistic solution? Look no further than LimestreetWellness.com. Lime Street Wellness is a full-service Reiki therapy center offering in-person and distant Reiki sessions. Additionally, Lime Street Wellness is committed to helping clients co-create healthier outcomes with hypnosis, QHHT, and intuitive advice. Lime Street Wellness is committed to helping all that are seeking to co-create better health, peace of mind, and greater freedom. Reiki Master Kevin Mackey uses energy medicine, hypnosis, mindfulness, and intuitive guidance to assist in uncovering, understanding, and removing any blocks or energy cords or mental mindsets that may be intruding and causing needless suffering. Visit Lime Street Wellness today at LimestreetWellness.com. That's LimestreetWellness.com. "12 minutes past the hour, folks. Welcome back. You're watching Haunted Voices live, listening to us on the replay, however you found us. Thank you for being here. My goodness, can't thank you guys enough for catching these live shows. There's so many of them. So many of them, Nicole.
I don't know how you keep up. I really don't. It's a good thing, though.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're able to make it to the shows and all the fun stuff. But we got an awesome show planned for him tonight. We've got Lisa Krick, Nicole Tito going to be coming on here in just a second. And I had a really nice, you'd be proud of me, Nicole. I had a nice bio sheet and I can't read it because my voice is crap.
Oh, it is not. Whatever.
Allergies have set in real bad and I'm just a little taunt.
Well, it's all good,
yeah.
Just go with the flow.
We've had him on here several times before, folks. Those of you the watchers of the show, you're definitely going to remember him. Those of you new to the show, you're never going to forget him. So without further ado, we've got Lisa Krick, Nicole Tito of Ghostly-Voices.com. How you doing, ladies?
Hey, ladies.
Hey, those are awful big shoes to fill. I don't know if I can fill them.
You can fill them. You've already filled
You're
them,
already
Lisa.
in them.
So it's been a little while since we've had you guys on here. How you been?
Living life.
I lost my voice too, so I sound kind of nasally today as well. So I hear you, Todd.
I feel your pain.
You both are sounding real sexy.
I feel your pain. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah. What's that? That smoky, what they call that? It just has some smokiness to it. That's all.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it.
Smokiness.
Of course.
No, but getting into the Estes method is what I want to talk about tonight. The Estes method has been just around for not very long, not too long. But it's been one of those methods that I have seen when I bounce back into the field after taking a little break there for a few years. I come back and they have this Estes method. It's everywhere. It's like networked and people are using it, and they're actually using the same method repeatedly, which I'm finding interesting as well. Because what I mean is they're getting along with that method, which means that it's proven good. But what I want to talk about is actually what it is, how it got started, the whole 9 yards of this method. I want to take some time with it, if you guys don't mind, for a while.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Lisa. What is the Estes method? let's get down and dirty. It's, you know, you've got a blindfold, you've got what, a spirit box, some kind of recorder, some kind of recording device.
So a little bit history on the Estes method. Using it called the Estes method. It was developed in Estes Park, Colorado by 3 people that I can't ever remember their names, but God bless them. They were hanging out at the Stanley and just going, we're tired of doing the same old thing. We got to spice it up a little bit. Because this is getting really boring going, is there anybody here? What's your name? Let's do something else and see if we can get responses that way. So they put their thinking caps on and they decided, well, what if we blindfold ourselves so we can't actually see what everyone's saying, so that we can't read lips? And what if we put on noise reducing headphones that totally cover our ears so that we can't hear the questions people are asking, so that the only responses we're getting are coming through the spirit box, and and whatever it says, we'll say it. And they thought, I don't know, let's try it. All it can do is not work. And it actually worked. And it does work. I don't know how. I'm not sciencey. So I have no idea how it works. I just know that it does work, and it doesn't matter how we tweak it, it works. I will say that the Estes method, called that, hasn't been around for a while, but the concept has been around forever and ever and ever. It's just sensory deprivation. It's putting yourself in a dark room, closing your eyes, getting rid of all of your senses except for your sense of hearing, and just closing in on yourself, and then opening yourself up to whatever may come to you. And that's it. And that's as old as the hills, but the name is new. So the way to do it is, like you said, you have one person that's the receiver. And that's the person that sits quietly in a room and has blindfold on and has the headphones on. Like I said, you want to use noise reducing headphones, and you want them to cover your ears, so you're trying to get rid of as much outside noise as you possibly can.
Okay.
We use an SB7. You can use whatever you need to or whatever you want to, but we use an SB7 because it seems to work the best. Again, I don't know the science behind it, but something about there's more stations or something that it pops to. So there's that. And then while you're sitting there quietly, you have one person called the operator, and that person is the person that's asking questions. So it can be a 2-person operation. And that's the vanilla Estes. And these are technical terms. So
vanilla Estes.
Vanilla Estes.
Vanilla. I love it.
I just made that up. So
well, there you go.
Yeah.
I like it. I like
so
it.
That's catchy.
Yeah, what we did, though, we decided we don't really like vanilla. We'd like to put some chocolate and sprinkles on that and see what we can do with it, right? You know? So we said, what would happen if we had 2 people under at the same time and 1 or 2 people asking questions? What would happen? So we decided to do that. And Nicole and I were the first 2 to go under because we seem to work really, really well together. I don't know, we have the same vibe or something because we've been together for a couple of minutes.
Chemistry's good. Chemistry's good.
So
isn't that right, Nicole?
I second that. It does help. Let me tell you.
Right. So we did that, and it worked, and we were surprised at how well it worked. Nicole and I were having conversations we didn't know we were having, and totally leaving the operators right out of it. Telling them to shut up and then having our conversations, and we had no idea what we were doing. And when they played it back for us, we were pretty much flabbergasted that it would work. So that worked real well. I have also done it with 3 people under and a couple of people asking the questions. And that works real well too. I think you could probably put as many people under as you wanted to. I could probably, if we had enough equipment, put a whole entire room full of people under just to see what the heck would happen. That would be really fun to do. And we try to tweak it and make it our own. I have a splitter for my SB7 that I want to try next so that we're both using the same device and see if we get the same responses. Because I really don't think we're going to get the same responses. I think that I just don't think we're going to get the same responses.
Yeah. And we also have a new device. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Tell them about the new one.
Yeah, we also have a new device created by Craig Talisha out of Pennsylvania, and we lovingly named it the Prick. But
Is that an acronym or is it just a name?
it is an acronym. So it's the Paranormal Research Instrumental Communication Device. So the Prick for short. But anyway, it acts like an SB7, but he created it using an analog radio, which again, a lot of this is over my head. So we could always get him on maybe one day so he can explain it. But his theory was, since the digital, like the SB7 is digital, it still is skipping some frequencies that are like between the frequencies when you radio stations. Yeah, where this is covering everything because he used an analog radio. So you would plug in, you would an SB7, but you'd be running off this device. And we've used it twice. Our last investigation, we were in a private residence in Chicago, and we got some really interesting stuff on it, and we had it just out loud so everybody could hear it. So that's looking very
speaking
promising.
in Spanish.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Good thing Nicole knows a little Spanish.
And a lot in Spanish. We have a lot of clips, and it was coming through. It knew the lady's name that was living in the condo. It was laughing at her. We got some really interesting clips that if we get clearance from the owner, maybe we could share, but it was really active, which I was kind of surprised.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I think one of the reasons why it's so effective is it helps to reduce the bias and the power of suggestion, because when you think about that can really lend into a bunch of problems, right? So, I mean, sensory deprivation, I think that it plays into that. And one of the reasons why it's so effective, I like using it too. I like going under as opposed to being the operator, but that's just me. So.
Same.
Yeah, I think,
when I'm listening, when I'm just using the SB7 as a spirit box, I hate it. Can't stand it. It gives me a headache.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. But when I'm under on for the Estes method, I could sit there all night.
Yeah.
And give you answers. And
so
I'm with you. I'd rather
tune yourself out, basically.
Yeah.
You're tuning yourself out and you're getting numb to the back end stuff, the chatter, and you're just hearing the dense words coming through.
Yep.
And we always try to say it how we hear it. So we'll scream it if somebody screams it.
If they
we'll whisper it. And if we really want somebody to know if it's a male versus female or like a child, we'll say that. And then sometimes if we're feeling something, I'll be like, hey, this is Nicole. I feel like something's behind me. And then that'll kind of cue people to be like, okay, let me take some pictures. Let me go behind Nicole. So Lisa and I, like, that's kind of how we tweaked it. And that really helps the operators asking the questions, because they're like, oh, okay, we're getting a lot of male voices, or a lot of people are screaming at us right now. So that's been really good to do.
It's good practice.
Love it.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. And we've got, we've got some clips here we're going to play here in a few minutes. But first, I wanted to kind of cover some differences for some new folks we have here between EVP versus ITC. Communication and so forth. Like at the beginning, what Nicole had captured, that would have been electronic voice phenomenon, and with the Estes method, it's more instrumental trans communication, or ITC, right, guys?
I'm glad you said that, because when you put that in your email, I'm like, I don't know what the frick the difference is. I'll be honest, I really didn't. And then I had to look it up. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
They're like they're similar when you think about it. It's just one's more like in real time.
It's like a disembodied voice, but it's not. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you get to interact with them more, because when you get the EVP, you're like, oh man, he said hello.
2 days later after you process it.
Yeah.
2 days later after you process it, and you have those delayed conversations, to where with ITC, it's more real time. You're right there right now. You're in it. You are in
in the thick of it, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and that with the ITC, it has prompted us with Estes method, like, if it asks for somebody, like a lot of the times when we're Crown Point Jail in Indiana, ask for our fellow investigator Jim Williams, so then we'll pull him in. Or if it's like, go investigate at the attic, we might stop our session and then move it to the attic. So we found that sometimes, like during the investigation, that real time communication will kind of make you change your plans, and we've gotten good results. So that's interesting to do.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you said something earlier too, when there's that mojo together, I think that goes a long way. And you guys have it. You guys, you've been doing this together for years. I've investigated with Nicole and Lisa, and they're awesome. So I can't wait to do it again with you guys. It's been a while.
Awesome.
You have to have the chemistry. The chemistry really helps, especially in a field where you're having to do teamwork.
Yeah.
Things just have to click. That you have to know how to read each other and so forth.
Right.
And another way we played with the Estes method was when COVID hit, the evil, stupid COVID, and it was just getting over. Let me tell you how I feel.
You don't have to hold back.
It crushed my go-to time. It crushed my groove. So I was just getting back out into the field, and Nicola now had a new baby, and they couldn't really get out in the field because they didn't want to get her sick. And Jim is always off doing his Army stuff. So we found a time where I was at Randolph County and they were all home. And I said, what do you think about trying this remotely? And they're like, all of them were like, it's not going to work. And I go, why don't we just try it and see? So we hooked it up through Facebook Messenger. And I was at Randolph County, and I dragged my sister along because she hates this stuff. She's like so logical, and she's like, this stuff doesn't work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but she's made contact with her hamster, so don't let that kid you. Anyway, so I'm at Randolph County, and my sister's filming me holding the camera so that these guys can see me. Nicole and Al are at their house in Chicago, and Jim is at his house in northern Indiana. And we're all fed in to Facebook Messenger, and we're doing a Facebook, sort of like a Messenger Live with each other, a multiple phone call. And Nicole's got us up on her big screen TV because she says she doesn't know technical, but she does technical. So we decided that I would be under at Randolph County and Nicole would be under in Chicago. And let's try it. And I can't believe it, but it worked. It worked. Mm-hmm. We got stuff in Randolph County. We got stuff. There was stuff walking around Nicole behind her in her kitchen that she didn't see. And Jim and I are like, did you see that walking around in her kitchen? And she's like, nope, not my kitchen.
I wonder if it opens, not a portal per se.
It's like a connection.
A connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really think so. I really think so.
It's like a connection between both investigators or the investigator in the spirit world. Yeah, it's definitely a connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, it's just it's amazing getting that kind of communication and getting that kind of feedback out there with this stuff.
Some night we could, if you are into it, we could do a show like that, and we could do this.
That's a fabulous idea. I would love to try it remotely.
We can do that
here. I mean, can you imagine here, you guys out there? Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
I mean, all it could do is not work, and you go, okay, it didn't work. So
we can give it a shot. Maybe this August.
Yeah, even Courtney says, let's do it. All right.
Yeah. We can give that a shot in August. That's probably doable.
I think we could. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
But cool. I mean, you guys make a great team. You do a lot of great work out there. Your evidence is clean. You document, and I cannot thank you enough for doing that. You guys
also, Todd, we document.
Yeah, I forgot that you documented. And it's good. It's so good to do that because it's so easy to get lost. So it's good that you document. Because you can hear misfires, you can hear false positives, you can get lost. So it's good that you guys document like that. But we've got some amazing evidence here, and I want to get to this before we run out of time. And we have got okay, there we go.
These are good ones.
Work, guys. Okay, we have got them all set here. Now the first one I've got, it's or fourth floor tier moon.
Moan. So this is from Mansfield.
Is that moan? Moan.
Moan.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Moan, not moon.
So yeah,
I'm getting
so
old, guys.
these aren't Estes Methods clip, but we were trying to go with like the creepy vibe today, moans and groans and screams. So this was back in Mansfield in what I think 2012, and we're just walking around on the fourth floor, and we captured something in real time. You'll hear us react to it. So that's kind of one of our favorite locations that we've been to several times in Ohio.
Very cool. Okay, let's give this a try here.
Yeah, Brooker.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that? Yes. They were loud.
Yeah, Brooker.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that? Yes. They were loud.
Yeah, Brooker.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Oh, that just gives you chills. Good kind of chills. Now that, like you said, that was an EVP. That was just a standard EVP. That wasn't using the Estes method or anything like that, right?
Yeah, and since we heard it in real time, I would call that a disembodied voice, even.
Right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't call that.
Right.
You wouldn't call
Yeah.
that EVP if you
Yeah,
heard
but
that.
no,
with the
we were
naked
not
ear.
doing Estes because this was a while ago. But I found running. I know it's not always great practice to run your audio recorder when you're walking around, just because contamination. Like if you're holding it, it can make noises. But I'll be honest, we've captured a lot of just kind of walking from location to another. Like here in
Yes.
Mansfield, that's
Yes.
clearly like a moan. And then Whispers Estate, I accidentally didn't shut off my recorder, and we caught children laughing, which was one of the creepy caps that we got too. So
Wow. Yeah,
you
like
know,
during setup times too,
yeah.
you can get
So
just
I always try
amazing.
to run it.
Yeah.
And then you could always tag, but you got to kind of take it into account if you're running it and walking and what background noises you're getting. But we get stuff.
And I'm a fan of that method. You cover a lot of area with that method.
Mhm.
It's, for those of you that haven't used it before, it's like using a crankbait when you're fishing. You cover more water.
Yes.
If
Yep.
you do it correctly.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying put it on a lanyard and wear it around your neck and start trotting around.
I did work with an investigator that would do that, and it would just the shh, shh, shh of his
Yeah.
jacket. I'm like, ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But he did
Yeah.
capture some good stuff though. But
yeah, and it's a good method to cover a lot of good area. Coming up next, we've got this is a double clip. We've got a short clip and a long clip version of this. Kind of set this one up here for us. Join together.
Okay, so this is the screech. So let me set this up. So the screech is something, gosh, and I was just looking it up today. Like we've captured this noise that sounds very similar. We call it the screech. It's kind of a breathy noise. You'll hear it. And it started back in 2009. I was looking, we captured it first at Waverly Hills. So that was the investigation. Nicole, I think you were with us in 2009.
yeah, I
at
was with
Waverly
you
Hills.
guys. Yeah, I don't remember
Yeah.
that though. But yeah.
And then just recently we caught it at Lamont Historical Society, which is near my house. We just investigated, Lisa, myself, and the team in March of 2023, so last month. So we've gotten it on audio recorders, video recorders. I was trying to see, is it just on one piece of equipment? Nope, it's been
Right.
multiple pieces, mine equipment, Al's equipment, Jim Grotch's equipment. So we're just curious, like we want to get this out there. I kind of clipped all the screeches we've got over the years into this segment. And if anybody else has gotten that, I'm curious because it's so similar. It's almost identical sometimes.
Yeah, you guys who are listening at home, please let us know if you've captured something like this, because I know in my heart that we can't be the only team that's captured this. And when I first was aware of it was when we were in Mineral Springs, and we heard it and we're like, well, that's the Piazza bird. So in my head, it's like this pterodactyl or something. It's very, very screechy, but we can't be the only people that have caught this.
And we captured it at the Robinson Bowling Alley. I'm looking right now. So we've
Yep.
captured
Oh,
it
that's
a lot of
insane.
places.
Yeah.
Is there a
Pterodactyl's
pattern as
bowling.
to like That is so. Is there a pattern though that
I just started putting the data together. Honestly, I think I just made this a couple of months ago because I was like, I gotta
okay
start trying to see. So I haven't really analyzed the data, but
or
it's all in an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm trying to get time to look at it.
right or like is there something you guys are doing on every investigation and it happens right at that time or any like patterns like that would be interesting to.
Kind of
This is
shows up
cool.
like the Mothman.
Yeah,
Right.
not yet that I've found, but I haven't looked too much into it. So I want to get it out there.
Or even like should compare to the shrieks of the Bigfoot
Shrieks,
that they
Bigfoot.
catch. That's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's now there's a short clip and a long clip. Obviously, do I play the short one first, you
I'd
think,
play
guys?
just play the short one because then the long one might be a couple minutes long, but the short one is less than a minute and it'll give you like a gist of how they all sound.
Yeah,
Some are
it's
harder to hear than others, but some are very clear.
Wow.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Showering.
That's
Yeah.
consistent.
We've
That is
captured
very
it
consistent.
28 times. I just counted it before the show. 28 times.
It's insane.
And sometimes
What if it's some like energy thing, like right
It's like a
before this? I wonder
banshee
if it's like
almost.
I don't know.
yeah,
Don't
like an
say
opening to
that.
some.
And the
Don't
most
say
has been
fancy.
the most has been Mineral Springs, but
Yeah.
Mineral Springs was interesting. We've caught on multiple, like my recorder, Jim's recorder, and I even think Dale's recorder, Dale Kazmarek, like all three of us that same session. So it's like it traveled around because our equipment was in different places. So it's like I don't know.
You see what I mean, though? It sounds like pterodactyl-like. It's a very
Yeah.
bird-like sound.
It
most
does.
of
It
the
does
time.
sound like a bird. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then some of
Yeah.
it
Yeah, it
sounds
does
like
sound very
breathy.
bird-like.
Some
Yeah, it
sound
does.
breathy, some sound
Prehistoric.
identical. It's
So
like
we got a dinosaur.
identical.
I know.
Yeah,
I mean,
but a Bigfoot screech, have you heard? I mean, I've heard one
I've never heard.
one good Bigfoot screech,
I have
but it was
too.
longer.
Yeah, even Courtney says I only say that because Pete said if Bigfoot is able to go wherever he wants to in any dimension? That's a good point.
Yep.
Does Mr.
Yeah,
Large
wow.
Foot sound like that? I mean, I don't know. I've never heard a Bigfoot
Yeah,
screech.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's very similar to that,
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
but it's long. Like the screech that I heard was longer.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the
Those were
Bigfoot.
more like bursts,
Wonder if they're baby
Yeah.
foots.
and that could be too.
I have
That could be
honestly
too.
have no idea.
It is very bird-like though. I know some of the
Mhm.
older like recordings, is it the Patterson gimbal footage or that's footage that it's more, I don't recall Bigfoot sounding as bird-like, but maybe
No, it's not.
maybe
It's
he
lower
does.
pitched,
Yeah. I don't know.
lower pitched, but the screech is similar. It's just
Mhm.
longer.
Right.
These were short like bursts. That's strange.
You might be on
And
to
you guys
something,
didn't hear
guys.
this with the naked ear at all.
A couple
of times we did.
Yeah, a couple of times we did, but mostly we did not. And then
yeah.
some it's hard to say, like at the Lamont Historical Society that we were just at, I captured it on my audio recorder that was running all night. So we were not down in the basement at the time. So I don't know. Could it have been, we might have heard it in real time. There was no one around to hear it. So
Mhm.
it's hard to say some of these.
Yeah. Cool though.
That's pretty amazing
Yeah,
stuff.
so I mean, we have the longer version if anybody's interested. The longer version has us talking more. I tried to clip us out as much as we could and just have the screeches in the short version, but the longer version is like a 4-minute clip. And that's on our website. We have a page just dedicated to the screech. So if anybody has any suggestion or has captured it, let us know.
I'm gonna pay attention. I don't believe I've ever captured it, but now I'm gonna pay attention now and see. I'll be like, hey, I captured it too.
Yeah.
So weird.
We'll be the Screech Club.
There you go. There you go.
No, that's pretty good stuff, though. That's a good capture.
Absolutely.
Captures. Good stuff. Now, this one, Timbers Farm. I won't go any further, but it's Timbers Farm.
Yeah, Timbers Farm. So this is in Gettysburg National Park back in 2016. It was myself and Lisa, and Renee Cruz was actually kind of giving us a tour of the grounds because she's so knowledgeable about Gettysburg. So we were walking around in some of like the known hot spots that like Renee knows more so of paranormal activity just before dusk, because you have to leave the park once the sun goes down. So we were there in May of 2016, and this Timbers Farm one, again, I was walking around with my recorder on, and we were going to the foundation of Timbers Farm in a lesser known area, and I captured something on the recorder that you'll hear that I did not hear in real time. So I'm assuming it's an EVP, and I'll let you decide, but you will hear me like walking. So that's like the background noise because I do have my recorder on walking through the high grass, trying not to get bit by a tick. That was the theme.
Oh my God, no.
That was the theme of the week when we went to Gettysburg.
Oh, the ticks.
Oh, your biting flies hurt too. Oh my goodness, those hurt. Jeez.
Okay, we'll roll this real quick here. There we go. That is so clear.
So we got your help.
It's
very clear.
Yeah, it's a very calm. And this was the location. Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like someone was killed where they hung in their barn at Timbers Farm. I know Renee told us the story.
I can't remember. I don't even know. The whole family may have died there. I mean, yeah, I really can't remember.
And I think they might have been targeted, but there's just pretty much a foundation there now. But you would never really find it unless you knew about it, which Renee Cruz did. So she took us directly
Is it
there.
in sight of the Devil's Glen?
Yes.
I was going to say, I thought we were a ways back, but we could see across the way.
No, you could see it, and it was not too far from the trolley trail either. It wasn't that far off. So just a lesser known Timbers Farm. It's called. I'm not even sure if it's on the maps, but Renee took us right there.
That was a pretty clear capture.
That is very clear. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that was good. Eerie. I love hearing those. I don't know. It's almost as if again, intelligence is proven. And that's my thing with it is the intelligence part. And if he's asking for help, maybe he's literally laying there asking for it, begging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
That's interesting. Now this last one here, Trolley Trail.
Okay. So the Trolley Trail, this is also Gettysburg. So same group of people. I think I sent you the laugh because the theme was like creepy things. So Renee Cruz, who was kind of our tour guy and also like our dear friend, was talking about like a figure that they usually see walking down this trolley trail. And then you'll hear something that, again, we don't react to in real time. I believe there was only one male with us at the time, and it was definitely not his voice. My cousin Joey was there.
All right, let's check around here.
Cool.
And this thing, he said it was like 5 or 6 feet from him because he's hiding right along here, and he continues along the trail.
Yeah. I feel bad for him.
You know,
yeah.
because he's
He's
trudging
just-
this thing into
It's like
eternity.
depressed.
Yeah, and just
if you can walk
done.
depressed, he was walking
Yeah.
depressed.
Wow.
So if you want to go this way,
That's
and
cool.
And this thing, he said it was like 5 or 6 feet from him because he's hiding right along here, and he continues along the trail.
Yeah. I feel bad for him. You know,
yeah.
because he's
He's
trudging
just-
this thing into
It's like
eternity.
depressed.
Yeah.
And it's kind of starts at the beginning, and you can kind of hear it at the beginning and then at the end.
That's like Hollywood horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck?
It's like somebody jumping in the background and doing the old Sammy Terry. Whoa.
Now he could have been laughing because I did try to do the rebel yell.
Oh,
You did. I think
Oh my
this was after. So yeah.
Yeah.
That, folks, is why you always fear the living.
Oh my gosh.
Those were amazing, guys. Those were fantastic. Great job of that stuff, man. I
Yep.
mean, that's good stuff. And we just have a few minutes here left. So, what do you guys have coming up? Where can people find you? It's all up. The mic's yours.
Go ahead, Nicole. You first.
I was gonna say what's coming up. We met in March of 2023. Lisa flew in, and we were able to do a double investigation. So we're slowly getting those clips up. We had a pretty eventful night at the Lamont Historical Society. A lot of just like interactive with we're using a REM pod and just a lot of real-time interactions. Estes was pretty quiet and confusing, but interesting enough, we did Estes in the basement of the Historical Society, and they have so many old artifacts that we think that could have played
Ooh.
a part. There was just so
Yeah.
much randomness coming in that
Yeah.
we weren't really getting anything cohesive. And then the next day we went to a private residence in Chicago, and it was very active. So I really hope that we could get that Estes up on the website, because I was actually yelling at Lisa to get out. It kicked her out. She left. We were getting the year that they met, the couple that had bought the home. We were getting a lot of interesting stuff there.
Wow.
Yeah. So the next thing is we're doing a Tinker Swiss cottage in Rockford, Illinois
Okay.
in June. And then in a couple of weeks, actually, I'll be in San Diego for a work conference, but I'm going to stop by the Whaley House and get in there for a couple hours to at least maybe do a couple EVP sessions on my own.
Yeah. Let me know what you get on that.
Yeah, that's
For
in San
sure.
Diego for people. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Last week I was in Savannah. My second
I
time.
love
there.
Savannah.
One of my friends flew in from Colorado, and I'm like, come on, let's go to Savannah and see what we can do. So we investigated the Sorrel Weed House, which was okay. We investigated Moon River.
Moon River. Yeah. Yeah.
Even as a public investigation, I got so much stuff. Yeah, it was great. If there's ever a way to get it privately, oh my gosh. And then we investigated the Savannah Theater, and we got some stuff there too.
Amazing.
At the Sorrel Weed House was where I got called a bitch. Sorry.
How dare they call you that? Oh my God. No.
But here's why. Apparently, I was calling them it was a grandfather and a grandson, and I was calling them Frederick the Elder and Frederick the Younger. And I'm like, hi, my name's Lisa, and I'd like to make contact with you. Who am I speaking to? Is it Frederick the Elder or Frederick the Younger? And they're like, nope. And I said, well, that's rude. I just gave you my name. And he's like, nope. And I go, why won't you tell me your name? And they said, bitch. And I'm like, well, that's not very nice.
Oh my God. Oh my.
So I'm relaying it to the person that runs it. And she goes, well, their names are Francis and Frank. And I said, well, I would have called me a bitch too.
Oh my God. Oh man. Oh, that's hilarious.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But the Moon River Brewery, apparently in the top floor, there was a brothel. Everywhere we go, there's a brothel.
Right.
And down in the basement, there are these tunnels that run to the river so that they can use them to cart the alcohol back and to Shanghai men onto ships and all kinds of nefarious things. It was extremely very active. And we ran we ran double Estes. Aaron and I ran double Estes to show them how to do it. And they're like, ooh, we're going to pick this up. But apparently I told someone to shut up or I was going to slit their throat while I was under. I mean, whoever this was that was talking through me was serious. And I went, and we had this like code word when we wanted to stop. And I went, after I said, shut up or I'm going to slit your throat. And I went, oh, pancake, I'm done. I'm not talking anymore.
Oh my God. That was your word. I love it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was
almost
pretty
like a channeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have been channeled under the Estes method several times, and people have had to pull me out because I
can see how it happens. It's very easy to allow that to
slip out of consciousness like that.
Yeah, you have to be very careful. I mean, I'm talking like probably 4 or 5 times now I've slipped out, and people, and I have to have people around me I trust to pull me out.
Exactly.
I mean,
you need to try the Pirates House restaurant too. I don't know if they allow investigations there. We did too when my mom and I were there like many years ago.
Yeah. I wanted to get in the basement and they said no, and I went, oh, whatever.
Darn.
So, I am headed to, where am I going? I just booked Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary in September, and I will definitely be going back there again. So, Nicole, we're going to have to talk about doing a private there, because by the time I posted it, I know you weren't even on Facebook, and I had 8 people already. So we need to do a private there. So we're going to go there, and we're also going to hit Harriman Hospital. I've been there before, but we're going to hit that again. So I'm really looking forward to those places. I'm doing Troy's conference in June.
Nice.
We'll be down in the pool doing the Estes method down there, teaching people how to do it.
Sweet.
Wow.
You got an itinerary going, guys.
Yeah.
Busy summer for sure.
I feel like October we're doing something, right, Lisa?
We are. You and I are going to Rockford. We're going to Rockford, Illinois. And I'm not sure what that place is, but another friend, Shannon, set that up and goes, hey, come on out here and investigate it. We've got it all day and all night. And I'm like, hey, Nicole. So she and I are going to go out and see what we can stir up.
Amazing. Amazing. Courtney has a question too. Have any of you ever been to the Tingling, or she mean Ringling House here in Baraboo, Wisconsin?
No, I haven't been to Baraboo.
Oh, but now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, me too.
Well, the only one I know about is the Baraboo Inn, and I haven't been there, but I do know that that's on Troy's list of places to investigate.
I've heard of that.
Sweet.
The Baraboo Inn, it's called.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same place called something else or not. So,
wow, you guys are awesome.
You two are swamped.
Come and investigate with us, you guys.
I know. I miss investigating with you guys.
It's
coming. We get stuff.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
we
get some really good stuff.
By ourselves. Like I was in Boise, Idaho for another work trip in January, and I was like sending Facebook messages, and I was like getting stuff like in real time. So you never know.
Did you go to the prison there?
I did.
Yes, isn't that amazing?
That's only like 10 minutes from downtown. So I hopped in an Uber and I went there, and it was really cool. I walked around for probably 3 hours. Nobody bothered you. Nobody was there.
Yep. Exactly.
She gets in the Uber and says, take me to prison.
Take me to prison.
The death row area though, there in the prison. I could not stay in there. I was there in like 2 minutes. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. So I need to go. That sounds fun.
Oh, it's neat. It really is neat.
Well, it's really well kept, really cool prison.
Yep.
Which is hard to find and expensive.
I know.
Yeah, it's not cheap. So I understand why a lot of these places have those fees like that. The upkeep is unbelievable. My goodness. It's crazy. But you two are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for taking time to come on here and chat. So square away the Estes method with a lot of people, introduce that to the world more. I think it's an amazing thing, and we'll talk more about it and all that good stuff as well. Coming up next week, we've got From a Fate of Beauty. We've got Toby and Brett. They're going to be joining us next week. And then I'll give you the full schedule. If you guys watch the producer's show there, 8 o'clock Sunday nights, give you the full schedule there and the guest list coming up and all that fun stuff. So from all of us here at Haunted Voices and WLTK-DB, you guys have an amazing night. Thanks for taking time out of your very busy schedules to watch these live shows. Very, 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 very much appreciate it. Have a good weekend, folks.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.